You know what's funny is I think this is the most ass backwards mower ever. So gas tank's where the battery goes, but frame still has bolts for the battery mount, bolt holes for the battery tray. Gear shifter's over here instead of here. Frame has holes cut for fender gear shifter. And when I get the parts, that's going to happen. And, you know, it doesn't sit on the gas tank. There's a battery back here. But look, there's room for the rear gas tank. If I could find these parts, they're going in here. Because the rear gas tank is 3.5 gallons. It's in the rear. It makes sense to have the battery where the engine's at instead of running the wires all the way back here. And that is the worst place for your gear shifter ever. You know how hard it is to be like, because you're having belt slip, to just floor it in third gear and then let go of the gas, hit the clutch, move it up the fourth, and repeat to get the fifth. That is a pain in the ass because the gear shifter's between your damn legs. Who thought of that? Assholes. That's my little ghetto fire pit. I mean, incredibly ghetto. I was using the little bowl in there. I filled it with kerosene and lit it with a blowtorch. I was using that as something to warm my hands over and keep me company. But there's also grease in the transaxle and a glove I took off because it had too much grease on it. I'm trying to get this put back together. I've been scraping out all this grease in my hands. I'm not going to worry about getting it all out because at the end of the day, it is a form of lubrication. It's just inferior. So I'm going to scrape out a bit more of this and try to line the bull gear up. Because when I took it out to scrape under it, I've been having issues getting it in there with one hand, so now I have 2 gloves. But yeah, we're going to fill it with this oil to the halfway point. I'm going to clean up all the connections on it, all the points in here before I do that. This had pretty much no sealing on it whatsoever. We're going to put red RTV all around it. It worked for that transaxle. It never leaked, and I filled that thing with... it's half of it has the original oil in it, but I wanted it to be filled halfway with oil. Where's my bottle of oil at? You see, whenever an oil thing is empty, I still use it as like poor man's stuff. Yeah, that's what I've been using. 80 W90. Now I got 85 W140, which is probably a lot thicker. Oh no, my Fago. I guess I can just peel the label off and then it'll be clean, right? Yeah. Oh, I missed. Oh, that stuff's really thick. I'm gonna pour this in. So I overdid the oil a little and I had to dump some out, but it's better to overdo it than underdo it, right? And I'm sure somebody's thinking, man, you're really just gonna throw out all those damn rags? Because you notice I'm not using paper towels because these work a lot better. But for those who don't know my life story, I am a full-time Penn State employee. I run the washer down at the laundry. It's a full benefits job, and one of the side benefits... What? There are cups here. One of the side benefits is I get a bag of this as big as I want for $5. Don't know if I've pointed this out, but I've added the bull gears to my old blown up transaxle. Now there's a pine needle stuck in the old grease. I added the bull gears in the old blown up transaxle, and I had to cut them to make them fit, but now that there's 4 in there, this is a locked piece that will not be able to move. That should hold up better than my horrible welds did. Let's get some RTV on this and get it back together. Also, if you, there's a reason to save bad gas and stuff like that. It might not be good to run an engine in, but you can put it on a rag and it's some of the best cleaner you'll run into. There are 2 cop cars on the other side of that tree. Well, there was 2. One just left, another one's there. I'm kind of wondering if they're watching me, waiting for me to do something. No. They won't be in for much of a show as I'm hard at work trying to perform RTV surgery, make a perfect seal all around it, because if I lose this fluid, that's a $300 part gone. Well, I'm sure this is probably more like $250 because it's a 5-speed. Both the cops left, no talking to me or anything, so woohoo. On the other side, I know I'm RTVing the crap out of this, but I don't want to see this thing die, and if I'm going to add more RTV over here, because if I put too much in, it's over sealed, but if I don't put enough in, I leak fluid, this thing will seize up eventually. So, I gotta take apart something I hooked up right in here, because you see, no matter how I move the shifter, all the way to the right, We're still rotating the same direction, all the way to the right. We're still rotating the same direction at the same speed. We're all the way to the left, yeah, so I didn't put something together in here, and I tighten all the screws down, I can't rotate this anymore. So, whoopsie. Time to make life easier, as I have now brought out my corded cordless drill. I opened it up and I put it into this piece, and it opened too far, and bam, I was holding it up sideways and this bearing shot out over there. But we're not at a loss, because I went to a bicycle shop like 6 years ago and got a bunch of bearings, so it's all good. It is turning out to be a nice warm day. Transaxle's installed. I have to put a new belt on, so I took some little ropey string and measured her up, and I got to 83.5 inches, so I sized up to 84. Now if this thing fits properly, it will be a pain in the ass to get on, and I won't be able to shift for a while until the belt stretches out, and then I should be good. If it is easy to put on, then the belt's going to work great immediately, and then it's going to stretch and I'm going to start slipping. The clutch is depressed, there's not much wiggle room. This belt is going to lock up. It's going to lock up, and it is not going to go out of neutral until it stretches. Now hopefully if I let this engine run and let it idle for about 10 minutes, it'll be loose enough that I can drive this thing and shift gears. So I just got to reconnect this linkage up here and get this thing down, put the wheels on and start it. Not in that order, because I should put the wheels on before I put it down. I'm going to put some marine off-road grease on the axles so the wheels don't get stuck on there. And by the way, don't wear your church clothes when doing something like this. You might get them a little dirty and burnt and shit. Alright, let's see how well she starts. Throttle adjustment. Stick. I might not want to start with the throttle that low, but let's find out, huh? Yeah, I think something in the transaxle needs broken in. Time to jump this thing off the old half-dead battery. Maybe I flooded it, huh? Although normally the engine is used to cranking over a lot faster than that. The transaxle needs to get broken in right now, and fuck. I've been driving this thing for a bit. One thing to note, I think those gears have a little bit of play with slipping around because the wheels aren't perfectly locked. I can turn them a little back and forth, probably about a quarter turn before it locks, but it is locked. And this thing hates turning around on pavement. The tires make funny sounds because of the treads when you turn on pavement. Doesn't do it on dirt, but it does not like turning on pavement. And this thing goes, this thing isn't pulleyed as hard as that, but that's got the governor on it, and this doesn't. This thing flies. crazy fast. I have never been that fast on that one, even though this is close to a 1-to-1 pulley ratio. It's a 4 in the back and a 5 in the front, I'm pretty sure. So that's really close. That had a 5.5 and a 3, so but yeah, as I was going, pretty much all half throttle and up speeds on 3rd gear on up. I heard a lot of squeaking. I'm pretty sure it's coming from the front wheels, so I'm going to put that marine grease on them and see if that fixes that problem. I'm also going to try fixing the camera glasses. They function, they're just all the plastic's broken to pieces because they're cheap. They're eye views, in case you're wondering. I don't know if there's a better brand or not. You wouldn't. You wouldn't. Don't even think about it. Here, fight over that. Fat bird, there you go. Oh, what? I gotta feed y'all. I'm supposed to eat too. Not really ones who want chicken. You chickens. That was actually mean. That part's so hard they're not gonna be able to eat it. Holy shit, she ate it. Yeah, I'm dropping crumbs. You want to eat the crumbs? By the way, no, they're not going hungry. They have plenty of cracked corn. They're just wanting a snack, a treat. They haven't had enough treats today. There's actually some pretty good chicken. After the last big piece I'm spitting out. You guys can pick me up the bones when I'm done. Damn cannibals. Sealed! Gonna try to demonstrate clutchless shifting. Time keeping it together. I can't go into the highest gear and hold the camera. Temporary like you wouldn't believe, because that's not staying here. That meter's a piece of shit. Alright. Oh, that thing is slow. Now let's clutchless shift. Oops. Shifted harder than I thought I would. I don't even want to be in that high of a gear, actually. Yeah, I'm in 5th. Alright, I got her shifted down. Now I'm in 4th. A little bit terrifying. I don't want to damage this thing, so I'm not going to take it that fast. I beat the crap out of my other one, and yes, I am trying to cuss less just for YouTube to hand me more money, even though every video I upload, even if I don't cuss, gets flagged for cussing. In fact, I may be so angry I don't remember what I'm talking about. Oh yeah, I might have just floored this on the other one, but this one I'm going to be gentler on because I want it to last longer. When the other one's back in action, it'll be reinforced. I'll beat the hell out of it. Differential's locked. It's harder on it. I'm in high gear. Not even at governor high speed yet, let alone governor less. Kind of terrifying. I'm sure it doesn't look that fast on camera, but I assure you it is too damn fast for this mower to go. The steering is not tight enough for this. My hat's about to blow off. The clutch works if I slam it to the point the pulley drives against the too big front pulley. Yep, there we go, just shift it down. Lift the clutch. Holy shit! What the hell happened to this grass? Oh! That was horrible! Oh boy. Oh man, I just drifted. This is like a fucking rally course. Oh! Yeah, I got a little nervous there. I'm really in a rut right now. I did not want to be in. Yeah, see, that's why. What was that? Can't even move with my hands going into my transaxle pulley. What are the odds, huh? How the hell did I pull that off? Something like that happens again, I am just turning around as I feel my luck is fading. Something always goes wrong when I take this thing, whenever I have fun. Oh dear. This environment seems too natural for the tractor. I'm gonna head back the way I came because there'll be a groundhog hole here. These tiny little front tires just fall right into. Oh, we're going downhill now. Oh boy. Alright, Operation Get Back Home, huh? Still in third gear. I'm in third gear. Got hit in the back of the head. Oh! Oh, man! I wish I had a camera behind me for that. Let's hit it going around. Ow! What the hell did I just hit? I had no idea plants could be so strong.